So you want to see my Rolex collection. Is that what you're saying? Apparently that is exactly what you're saying, because I see the comments. You guys are always commenting, regardless of which watch I'm wearing, about wanting to see or wanting me to do sort of like a watch review or show you my watch collection. And I've never really, I just felt like it was inappropriate, but you know what, whatever. You want to see, you want to talk about it, fine, because it's also a perfect opportunity to address the fact that I'm a huge watch slut. I love watches. I love the beauty of watches. I think watches are cool. Everything from a cheap ass Timex Weekender, which I think is super like crazy, stylish and awesome and amazing. These are accessible. These are watches that pretty much anybody can get. Or you can ask for them for Christmas and your mom and dad isn't going to be like, you're asking for a what? You know, a $10,000 watch. Come on. The other cool thing is that watches are the most amazing accessory out there, like period. Like you get to put on different watches, wear them with different outfits. Like I don't have a Rolex with a leather strap. I don't have a Rolex with a blue face. I also don't have a Rolex with a white face with a chronograph, and I just think that this is a cool ass watch. And so for all you people freaking out over the fact that I love to promote these other watches, like suck it. I don't care, and you're absolutely wrong. The other thing you need to know, is this turning into a rant? You wanted this. Is that I'm not a watch expert. There are zillions of people online that talk about watches, that know about watches, that get boners over complications and the movement and the, like I love the aesthetics, and that's, I guess, something that really is the core of why I love watches so much, is that the aesthetics. I love the different combinations of metal and faces and the links and the straps and just everything. Like, because if we're being honest, a Timex keeps better time than a mechanical watch. Like this $30 watch keeps better time with a battery than this $8,000 Rolex. That is just a fact. And also, this one, when I put it down, it doesn't stop after a day or 2 days. I don't have to remember to wind it. I don't have to, so there are benefits to the other watches. But that being said, I do love Rolex specifically. I know that there are other brands out there that everybody thinks is superior. You know, watch guys, like the watch experts, are sort of like the fragrance guys. Like there's definitely like a subculture, and everybody has their opinion. And my opinion is that I love these watches that I'm going to show you. It's not about the price point. It's not about anything other than the way that it makes me feel when I wear them. And so now I'd like to actually tell you the story behind my 3 watches. I have 3 expensive watches. All 3 of these are Rolex. And they vary in price. I started with a cheap Rolex, went to like the little bit more expensive one, and then a more expensive one, and then I sold the more expensive one and bought the really more expensive one. And so now I'd like to just kind of just tell you what I love about these watches, and just show them to you. One other thing that you need to also understand is that I wear these watches hard. They are scratched up from one end to the other, which is another thing that watch people will freak out about, is that I feel like if I'm wearing it, I don't want to have to worry about, oh, it's a Rolex, and so I can't go and work out. I can't, like, I work out with every watch I wear. I run in it. Like, I do a lot of stuff with these watches. I just moved the Pete and Pedro headquarters wearing my GMT Master, and it probably got 6 scratches from that. But I don't ever plan on selling them. They're mine. I love them, and I love wearing them. So I try and wear them as much as possible. So they're scratched, but in my opinion, they're perfect. First watch is the Milgauss. This is my beloved Milgauss. As you can see, it has seen better, shinier days. I fell in love with this watch when I saw a GQ cover. The model was wearing it, and I saw it. I was like, oh, it's a Rolex. I love the little orange lightning bolt hand. I thought that was just super cool. I love the sort of the grayish face, the matte black. It was beautiful to me. A lot of people are weird about this watch, but I decided that I was going to purchase this when I got on Shark Tank the second time. I just loved wearing it. It made me feel good wearing it. It made me feel like like successful and like I've accomplished something, and it was a real statement, and something that I was very proud of. And like most things that I get into, then I started looking around to see, well, what else is out there? So next up, I was like, all right, I want something a little bit sportier, a little bit more rugged. And I saw the GMT Master 2. This is the GMT Master 2. In terms of complications, it has, who cares? And it looks very similar to a very common watch known as the Submariner, but it was different. And the reason why I liked the GMT Master 2 better is because, for one, it has it's got brushed links, and then in the center it has polished links. And I felt like it just looked a little bit more luxurious and blingy, and I like that. I also like the fact that it had even numbers or numbers around the entire bezel. And I like the fact that it was a bit more balanced than the Submariner, in my opinion. This watch, in my opinion, is one of the most just beautiful sports watches that is out there. It's comfortable, it's kind of heavy, and you really feel it on your wrist. And I absolutely fell in love with this. This is my baby. And in my opinion, one of the most beautiful watches out there. It's rose gold. It's got a matte black bezel, a matte black face. It's got this rubber bracelet, and it's also got a rose gold clasp in the back, deployment clasp. And to me, this is this is they talk about, in the watch world, they talk about grail watches. Like that one watch, that is the pinnacle of just perfection. And for me, it's this. So this is it. This is my grail. And honestly, when I got this, I stopped looking. I still look, but I have no intention of ever buying another super high-end, expensive watch ever again. I love these three, and I feel like they're all three sort of different, and every time I wear each one of them, I look at it, and when I look at it, I'm like, man, that's so beautiful. Oh my God, I love it. But I do the same damn thing when I wear some of these other watches. You know, I just love the look. I love the aesthetic of watches. And so that's it. You guys have been asking. I have felt weird about showing you and talking about them, but I did do a video a while ago about how to buy luxury watches, pre-owned luxury watches, because you can save a ton of cash as opposed to buying new. And so I will link to that video down below. There are a few great sites that I trust. There are a few, like buying online watches, you got to make sure that you're buying it from a reputable person, because I have heard horror stories of people thinking that they got the real deal, because fakes today, oh my God, they look so like it's almost like a one-to-one exact copy. And so you really got to be careful. I would absolutely never recommend buying a fake luxury watch. Why would you, when you've got such cool other watches out there that are affordable, right? You know, if watches are your thing, you know, save up. Maybe have it be something where, you know, down the road, eventually, someday, have it be a goal. For me, if I'm being honest, stuff has never been a motivator for me. I have never been super oh, someday I'm going to be able to do X, Y, and Z when I'm successful. For me, success and feeling like I've accomplished something, that has always been what has driven me. Feeling like I've made something of myself. Because at the end of the day, this is just stuff. Stuff doesn't matter. It's about relationships. It's about how you feel about yourself. It's about being happy and feeling just good about yourself. That's ultimately what I feel is the most important thing in helping others. You know, this is stuff, and it's cool, and I know that in social media you see and you're hit over the head with everybody with all this, you know, fancy cars and fancy stuff. I've never felt right about talking about these watches before, and the reason is because I feel like it would send the wrong message. The message that, you know, you should try and obtain stuff, and oh my gosh, you know, you should try and buy super expensive luxury items, and that is absolutely not the case. What you should strive for, and what we all should strive for, is to be happy with who we are and to feel successful and fulfilled, whatever that means. You know, the fact is that I have busted my absolute ass you know, in everything I do, I own 6 businesses, and all of them are doing pretty well. And so it was just something where at the end of the day, I wanted to treat myself and reward myself for busting my ass, honestly. And these are 3 little tokens or representations of the fact that I never gave up and I kept working super hard. And to be completely honest, if it all goes away tomorrow, I would sell these in a heartbeat because they're just watches. It's just stuff. It really, in the end, doesn't matter. What's inside you, that is absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, the most important thing. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, let me know. Give this video a big thumbs up. And I apologize to all the watch aficionados, the fact that my watches are so beat up and I am not all geeked out over complications and movements. Gentlemen, you rock so hard, it is ridiculous.